wind no longer speaks. It glides through the trees without a sound, as if even the night has decided to rest. There is a hush to everything, a stillness that seems to stretch beyond time. You are not waiting for sleep. You are already inside it, walking gently toward the quiet center of yourself. You sit quietly, sensing the weight of the day begin to melt from your shoulders. There is no hurry now. The sounds that filled your hours, voices, footsteps, unfinished plans, have all drifted into stillness. It is not that the world has disappeared. It is simply that for once it no longer presses on you. You breathe in gently and notice how the air settles deeper with each exhale, like a pebble sinking to the bottom of a still pond. You begin to notice the rhythm of your own existence, a soft pattern that has nothing to prove. The mind so used to running ahead slows its pace. Thoughts still come, but they pass like clouds, and you do not chase them. You just watch, and watching becomes enough. The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." The words feel simple, almost too quiet for a world that chases more. But here under this sky, without any need to be anything other than what you are, they begin to make sense. What if you didn't need to seek peace, like a possession? What if it was already yours the moment you stopped looking for it? In the old temple of Seigenji monks, once swept the wooden floors each morning in silence. They believed that even the act of sweeping dust could be a form of awakening if done with full attention. One morning, a young novice asked the abbot, "Why do we sweep when the wind brings dust again by noon?" The abbot smiled. "We do not sweep to make it clean. We sweep to remember that nothing stays." You pause with that image. The broom, the dust, the wind, everything passing, everything changing. This is the teaching of impermanence, not as a sorrowful truth, but as a freedom. Nothing is stuck. No feeling, no failure, no moment of pain can last forever. Even the mind that holds on to fear or longing cannot grip anything for long. What happens if you stop resisting this truth and simply allow things to pass? You lie back now, the stillness deepening. Beneath the quiet, a subtle joy begins to rise, not the joy of excitement, but the joy of relief. You are not required to fix anything tonight. You are not here to resolve your life. You are here to rest, just as a tree rests under the moon, just as the ocean rests beneath its waves. There is a Zen story of a student who asked his teacher, "What is the path?" The teacher replied, "Everyday life is the path." The student, confused, said, "But I don't understand." The teacher answered, "Then go wash your bowl." The lesson wasn't in understanding. It was in living fully the very next moment. Washing the bowl, breathing the breath, lying still in the dark. That is the path. You don't need to go anywhere to follow it. Let the body sink. Let the muscles soften like clay in water. Let your thoughts move, but let them move without you. Just as a river carries leaves without knowing where they go, let your awareness carry your thoughts without attachment. You are not the mind racing. You are the space in which the racing occurs. Feel that for a moment. You are not your plans, not your regrets, not even your name. You are the awareness behind it all. Silent, patient, always here. The Zen master Bankei once said, "The unborn mind is like clear water. You may stir it with your thoughts, but beneath the ripples, it remains untouched. You can always return to it, not by effort, but by letting go." And so you let go. You let go of trying to be good. You let go of trying to be wise. You let go of trying to be anything at all. You just are. The breath comes and goes. The world rises and falls. Dreams come, memories fade. And through it all, you remain silent still, like the center of the turning wheel. There's a story of a monk who climbed a mountain for 3 days to meet a revered master. Exhausted, he asked, "What is the essence of your teaching?" The master pointed to the sky and said, "Do you hear the stream?" The monk nodded. "That is the teaching," said the master. Confused, the monk asked, "But what does it mean?" The master closed his eyes and whispered, "Nothing. It simply flows, so let it all flow. Let your thoughts flow like that stream. No dam, no resistance. Just the clear sound of your own existence passing gently through the night. And when your mind reaches out, again, trying to understand or grasp or fix, come back. Come back to your breath. Come back to the stillness behind your eyes. Come back to this body, resting in the darkness, because you are not here to achieve anything. You are here to remember who you are when nothing is required of you. And in that remembering, you may find what was never lost. Sleep is not the opposite of waking. It is another way of being aware, a deeper one, a quieter one. The trees outside do not speak, yet they live. The stars do not move, yet they shine. In this same way, your being continues, even as your thoughts dissolve. So let yourself dissolve a little more now, like sugar in warm tea, like fog in morning light. There is nothing left to do. Just be here. Just be this. Just breathe. The breath moves, in and out, a rhythm that asks nothing of you. There is no need to deepen it, no need to control it. Just allow it to rise and fall like waves brushing the shore. Even your breath knows how to return home without effort. As your body softens, the mind continues its gentle unraveling. Thoughts arrive, and you welcome them without invitation, without resistance. They stay a moment, then move on. You do not chase after them. You do not cling to their meaning. You simply let them pass like birds crossing an open sky. This is the gift of awareness, not to stop thought, but to hold it lightly. To become the space in which everything comes and goes. You are not the contents of your mind. You are the awareness that holds them. And that awareness is boundless. A Zen student once said to his teacher, "My mind is restless. It will not be still. What should I do?" The teacher replied, "Let it be restless." The student looked confused. "But how will I find peace?" The teacher smiled by not needing to find it. And so the student sat with his restlessness, and in time, the restlessness dissolved. This is the way, not by fighting the storm, but by letting it pass through you. In the depth of night, you begin to sense how little you truly need. Not answers, not certainty, not even clarity. Only presence, only breath, only the simple act of allowing things to be as they are. And as things are, they are already enough. You feel your back resting against the ground, the quiet surrounding you like a gentle ocean. Each sound in the distance, each creak of the walls, each whisper of the wind, none of them disturb you now. They are simply part of this night. You are not separate from the world. You are within it, and it is within you. There's a story from the old Zen master, Ryokan, who lived alone in the mountains. One night, a thief came into his hut, only to find there was nothing to steal. Ryokan welcomed him kindly and said, "You have come a long way. You should not leave empty-handed." And with that, he took off his tattered robe and gave it to the man. After the thief left, Ryokan sat naked under the moon and whispered, "I wish I could have given him this beautiful moon." What if you too could meet the world with nothing to hold on to, nothing to defend? What would remain if all you carried your roles, your fears, your opinions were quietly set down? Perhaps only this your being, your presence, your breath in the dark. You do not need more than that tonight. Not wisdom, not perfection, just the willingness to rest inside your own quiet truth. Let your mind be like water again. If it stirs, it stirs. If it settles, it settles. You do not force the calm. You allow the return. You notice now how the space behind your thoughts is wide and still, as if the stars have gathered inside you, as if silence itself is breathing through you. Even sleep feels close, like a kind old friend, not something you must chase, but something that will find you when you are ready. A monk once asked his teacher, "What is enlightenment?" The teacher replied, "Sleep when tired, eat when hungry, no riddles, no secrets, just the truth of being alive and letting that be enough." You feel your hands relax, your jaw, unclench your chest, soften with the rhythm of night. No pressure remains, no judgment lingers, no effort is needed. You have entered the doorway that doesn't need to open. You are already inside, already home. In the dark, even your name becomes a whisper. Not because it's forgotten, but because it no longer matters. You do not need to be anything but this moment. You do not need to prove your worth to the night. It has already accepted you just as you are. The moon shines on the earth without asking it to change. The trees grow without knowing their purpose. The stars burn without asking why. You too are allowed to exist without needing to understand everything. You are allowed to rest without solving anything. Let that permission deepen now. Let it root itself into your breath. Let it soften the layers of your being. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not late. You are simply in the middle of unfolding, and unfolding takes time. Like petals opening in the dark, no rush, no force, just breath, just presence. Just this, somewhere within you, the last remnants of effort begin to dissolve. You are no longer trying to fall asleep. You are no longer trying to let go. You are simply here, being breathing, unfolding with the rhythm of the night itself. In the stillness, you begin to feel the subtle difference between silence and quiet. Quiet is the absence of noise, but silence is alive. It has a texture, a presence, and now it moves through you like wind through tall grass, soft and visible, but undeniably real. You sense your edges blurring. The line between your body and the darkness around you begins to fade. It's not frightening. It's peaceful, like the way a candle doesn't resist the dark, but simply becomes part of it. You too are part of this night. In a small monastery nestled among pine-covered hills, a teacher once told his student, "When you are no longer afraid to be no one, you will finally be at peace." The student asked, "Then what becomes of me?" The teacher replied, "Only what was always true. You are not the clouds, but the sky that holds them." Let yourself be sky now. Let every thought be a drifting cloud. Let every memory be a flicker of wind. Let every hope and fear pass through, leaving no trace. You are not here to hold them. You are here to witness, and in that witnessing, you become vast. The body so often forgotten or ignored begins to speak its own quiet language. It does not demand. It does not complain. It simply says, "I am tired. Let me rest." And you listen perhaps for the first time all day without resistance. There is nothing impolite about rest, nothing lazy about stillness. The world has taught you to go to strive to accumulate. But the path you are walking now is different. It is the path of being, not becoming. And it begins with surrender. A Zen saying tells us, sitting quietly doing nothing, spring comes, and the grass grows by itself. You do not need to force sleep, just as you do not force spring. You simply clear the space and let it come when it will. So clear the space. Clear it of tension in the jaw. Clear it of tightness in the chest. Clear it of questions without answers. Let it be bare. Let it be open. And in that openness, something ancient wakes not as thought, but as presence. It was never gone. You were simply too busy to feel it. But now it returns like the slow sound of rain beginning to fall on dry earth. Soft, steady, healing. You begin to understand. Peace is not the absence of difficulty. It is the presence of acceptance. This breath, this body, this moment. This is enough. In a forest temple in autumn, a Zen master used to rise before dawn and sit by a lantern. When asked why, he said, "I sit so the light inside me doesn't forget the light outside me." And when the lantern flickered, he would smile and say, "Even the flame dances before it rests. Tonight, you too may flicker. You may drift between thought and sleep memory and stillness. But there is no need to hold on. Even flickering is part of the dance. And rest is coming. Not as something you force, but as something that finds you in the quiet. You feel it now, don't you? That gentle heaviness, that subtle softness behind your eyes, the way your breath has slowed without you noticing, the way your mind has grown spacious as if it's made of sky. Let that sky stretch wider. Let the stars appear, not to dazzle you, but simply to remind you you are held. You are watched over by silence itself. No need to think, no need to plan, no need to be more than this. You are already what you've been seeking, and it is safe to rest. The quiet deepens, folding around you like soft fabric. Even your inner voice begins to fade, not silenced, but slowed its words, dissolving before they fully form. The need to understand, to solve, to remember, loosens its grip. You have stepped into a space where thought has no urgency, where being is enough. Your breath is your companion now. It rises gently, falls without effort. It does not demand your attention, but it welcomes it. And when you follow it inward, you find not a wall, not a puzzle, only more space, more quiet, more home. There is a Zen image of a bell resting in stillness. It makes no sound until it is struck, but even in its silence, it contains the potential of music. You too are like that bell tonight, not needing to ring, not needing to perform, but simply holding presence full and whole in your quiet. Your body has become light now, as though sleep is cradling it before it arrives. The edges of your awareness soften like ink dissolving in water. You do not vanish, you simply expand into the night. And the night welcomes you not as a visitor, but as something already part of it. A monk once asked his teacher, "Where is the way?" The teacher lifted his finger and pointed to the ground beneath his feet. "Right here," he said. "And if I lose it?" the student asked. "Then stand still," the teacher replied. "The path will return beneath your feet, and so you are still, not lost, not waiting, just being. The path of sleep is not a staircase you climb. It is a river you enter. You don't push it. You don't hurry it. You simply lie back and let it carry you. And as it carries you, you may feel a memory rise, maybe a face, maybe a place, maybe nothing you can name. Let it come. Let it pass. It's not here to stay. It's just the river showing you its current. There is no need to choose a thought or push one away. No need to shape your dreams. Just let them bloom on their own, like wildflowers in the dark. Some may open with joy. Others may never open. All of it is fine. All of it belongs. The master Shunryu Suzuki once said, "When you do something, if you fix your mind on the activity with some confidence, the quality of your state of mind is the activity itself. You are doing something now, something unseen, something ancient. You are resting. And the quality of your rest is shaped not by effort, but by gentleness. So be gentle with your thoughts, with your memories, with yourself. There is nowhere to arrive tonight. You are already where you need to be. Let that truth settle deeper. Let it curl around your limbs. Let it hold your breath. Let it rock your mind. You are no longer the one doing. You are the one being done. Sleep is not something you make happen. It is something that happens through you. Like the moon rising, like the stars, appearing like the tide coming in. Let go of even this thought now. Let go of needing to let go. Just float. Just breathe. Just be. The stillness now is complete. Even the tiniest parts of you, those that once held tension without realizing it, have begun to ease. Behind your eyes, there is only soft darkness, like the space between clouds. You are drifting not away from yourself, but into yourself, into a place that has always been waiting for your return. You feel no resistance, no urge to reach, no need to guard. The mind, once loud, now hums like a distant shore. You are not outside of life. You are immersed in it as fully as a drop of rain is immersed in the ocean. There's a story of a monk who was asked, "What do you do in meditation?" He smiled and said, "I watch the thoughts come and go like leaves on a stream." The one who asked him frowned. "And what do you gain from that?" The monk looked up and replied, "Nothing. I don't gain anything. I just lose what I no longer need." Let that be true for you now. You don't need to seek insight. You don't need to win rest. You only need to lose what no longer serves you. You do not need to carry the day into the night. You are allowed to set it down. Set down the conversations. Set down the planning. Set down the small, constant worry of what comes next. None of it is needed here. Here, there is only this breath, this moment, this gentle invitation to return to what has always been enough. The body knows how to sleep. The spirit knows how to rest. You don't need to instruct them. You only need to stop interrupting, so you release even more now. The spine uncoils. The back of the neck softens. The heart, that quiet witness, rests deeper in your chest. It is not tired. It is just still. You may notice the rhythm of the night, how it doesn't rush, how it holds everything, from the hush of insects to the unseen drifting of stars. The night is in no hurry, and neither are you. Zen teaches that the deepest truths are often silent, not because they are hidden, but because they are too close to speak of. Like the breath, like the soul, like the quiet recognition that you are already whole. A student once asked his master, "How can I escape the noise of the world?" The master handed him a cup of tea and said, "Listen deeply. Even silence has sound." And as the student sipped, he realized the steam rising from the cup was its own form of music. Now, your breath is that music. Subtle, steady, present. No one needs anything from you right now. You are not being watched. You are not being judged. You are not being asked to become anything. This is what makes this space sacred, its absence of demand. Sleep is not an achievement. It is a reunion with stillness, a reunion with softness, a reunion with your own being untouched by striving. So let the river carry you now, not quickly, not forcefully, but gently, like the long inhale of the earth beneath the stars. You are already floating. You are already home. And with each breath, you drift deeper, not into unconsciousness, but into the purest kind of presence. Nothing to fix, nothing to earn, nothing to prove. Only this moment unfolding like mist over a quiet field. And in this mist, your thoughts scatter like seeds. Your worries loosen their roots. Your mind opens like a flower that no longer fears the night. There is nothing you need to do. Only rest. Only breathe. Only be. Even now, as the last currents of thought slowly ebb, you feel the sacredness of what remains this breath, this body, this moment of surrender that asks for nothing and offers everything. There is no applause, no achievement, no final line to cross, just a returning to what has always waited silently beneath the noise. The deeper you settle, the more you realize you were never far from this peace. It wasn't in another life. It wasn't in another version of yourself. It was always here, beneath the striving, beneath the stories, beneath the names. Just this awareness, still and kind. In the cool mountains of old Japan, a Zen hermit once wrote, "I sit in my hut letting things be. The streams flow on the birds forget me, and the pine trees grow without my help." His words were not laced with loneliness, but with freedom, the kind of freedom that comes when we stop needing to be anything other than what we are. You are like that pine tree now, growing even in sleep, reaching not with effort, but with quiet willingness. Even in stillness, something within you is unfolding. Perhaps there is nothing to figure out tonight, no lesson to master, no secret to unlock. Perhaps sleep is the most honest practice of all, a pure letting go. The breath deepens once more, slower now. The mind that once wandered begins to nestle. And you are no longer watching the river from the bank. You are in it, flowing without fear, without resistance. If any thoughts arise, let them come as birds, landing briefly on a branch, perching for a moment, then lifting away. You do not hold them. You do not chase them. You simply remain like the tree, like the mountain, like the sky. A Zen master was once asked, "What is the nature of mind?" He answered, "The sky, vast, open, empty, and always present." That same sky is within you. And just like the sky, it is not disturbed by the clouds that drift across it. You begin to see that thoughts are not obstacles, they are part of the landscape, part of the night, part of the human experience. You no longer try to silence them. You simply give them space to pass, and in giving space, you receive peace. The floor beneath you holds you. The breath within you rocks you. The silence around you protects you. You are not fragile. You are not unfinished. You are simply resting in your true form, spacious, aware enough. Tonight you are not alone. Not because someone else is here, but because the entire fabric of the universe holds you in its fold. You are part of the breath of the earth, part of the stillness of the sky, part of the gentle rhythm of all things coming home. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to feel safe. You are allowed to let go. So go. Let go of holding. Let go of reaching. Let go of the self who always needs a reason. No reason is needed. No meaning must be grasped. There is only this moment, this breath, this body growing softer, this mind opening like petals in the dark, this quiet reunion with something you forgot you already were. And as you drift further, even words become soft echoes. Even images become mist. All that's left is breath and being and the slow, tender silence of a night that asks nothing of you except to rest. There is nothing more to carry, no burden left to lift. Even your thoughts have grown light like feathers released into the wind. You feel the quiet undoing of all that was tangled, the slow unthreading of tension you didn't know you were holding. The world outside remains as it was, but the world within you has softened into still water. Your breath flows like a tide at night, drawing you inward, pulling you gently from the edges of wakefulness. It does not push. It does not pull. It simply guides you deeper into the center of your being, where stillness lives without name. You are not disappearing. You are not forgetting. You are simply resting, resting so fully that even the idea of rest falls away. Zen speaks of a mirror that reflects all things without judgment. Whatever stands before it, clouds, trees, mountain sorrow, it shows without attachment. You are that mirror now, and what passes through your mind no longer clings to you. You reflect it, then release it. The thought appears as seen and vanishes. There is no need to follow. You don't need to fix the past. You don't need to guard the future. You don't need to explain the present. You just breathe, and in that breath, You feel how completely the night has taken you in, not to hold you tightly, but to let you float in its vast, silent arms. There is a tale of an old Zen master who fell asleep during a teaching. When a student tried to wake him, the master opened one eye and said, "Why disturb the teaching?" And then, smiling, he drifted off again. Sleep is a teacher, but it doesn't speak in words. It speaks in softness, in surrender, in the undoing of the self that tries so hard to understand everything. You are being taught by the silence now, not by knowing, but by resting. Let the air touch your skin. Let your limbs grow heavy. Let your breath become the only sound that matters. The thoughts that arise now are not intrusions. They are passing weather. You do not need to hold the rain. You do not need to collect the wind. You simply let it move through, and it leaves behind only quiet. And what is quiet but truth with no voice, no need to solve, no need to question, no need to rise? Just this falling inward, this warmth in your chest, this calm that you did not invent, but finally uncovered. You are here entirely, and nothing is missing. Even the ache that once clung to you has loosened. Even the names you gave to yourself, tired behind broken, have dissolved like ink in the dark. You are not tired. You are unfolding. You are not behind. You are arriving. You are not broken. You are returning to the wholeness that was never truly lost. And as you return, the breath continues in, out, soft, sure, no effort, just being. Let sleep approach without reaching for it. Let it settle around you like evening mist, without fanfare, without command. It knows the way. It always has. And if it doesn't take you fully just yet, if your thoughts still gently ripple, that's all right too. There is no failure in wakefulness, no shame in lingering on the edge of dreams. You are already in the temple of stillness, already wrapped in the robe of rest, already cradled by the night that sees you exactly as you are and accepts you completely. Now, even the breath seems to breathe itself. You are no longer guiding it, no longer watching it. It simply happens, like moonlight on water, like leaves falling in a forest that no one sees. You have passed from effort into being, from being into spaciousness, from spaciousness into something deeper still. There is no border between you and the night anymore. No boundary between the warmth of your chest and the quiet of the air. You have become a part of the silence, its rhythm, its depth, its peace. A Zen monk once said, "Sleep is the most honest meditation. No posture to hold, no thoughts to tame, no enlightenment to pursue, only surrender, only presence, only the truth of letting go again and again, until even the one letting go disappears. You are dissolving into peace, not as someone lost, but as someone returned. There's a lantern flickering in an old temple garden. It burns without needing to be seen. It gives light to no audience, and yet it glows. Your awareness is like that now, quiet, steady existing without needing a witness. There is no need to stir, no need to remember where you are. Even place is a concept that can fall away. What remains is breath, soft skin, steady heart, unspoken stillness, and even that will soon drift further, like mist becoming air. You may notice how thoughts have stretched out, grown transparent, like old fabric, washed so many times it no longer holds weight. You do not follow them now. You rest beneath them. The Zen master Dogen once said, "To study the self is to forget the self. To forget the self is to be awakened by the 10,000 things." You are forgetting now, not in confusion, but in clarity. Forgetting the name you wore all day. Forgetting the shape of your plans. Forgetting even the borders of your body. And what takes their place is not emptiness, but openness. The trees, the stars, the breath of the earth, all within you now. You are not a figure resting in the world. You are the resting of the world itself. A bird may cry in the distance. A car may pass, a creak in the wall, and yet none of it breaks the silence within, because you are no longer trying to hold silence. You are letting it hold you. You no longer need to be the one who watches. You can be the watched, the known, the stilled. There is nothing more to do tonight, nothing more to say. No more questions to ask. You are not waiting for rest. You are resting. You are not chasing peace. You are peace. You are not dreaming yet, but you are close. So close that even the space between your breaths has become wide and gentle. So close that sleep no longer approaches. From the outside, it rises from within. Let it rise. Let it take you slowly. Let it become you. And if it takes time, if thoughts linger, like the last leaves in autumn, let that be part of it too. Let it all belong. Because here, nothing is outside the practice. Nothing is outside the path. Not restlessness, not memory, not the quiet ache you sometimes feel without knowing why. All of it is the teaching. And the teaching is this: you are already home. The last ripples are fading now. Even the quiet movements of thought have grown still, like the surface of a pond at dusk, untouched, clear, reflecting only the vastness above. You lie here weightless and unwound, not separate from the silence, but woven into it. Your breath continues soft as moonlight, steady as the tide. It does not ask for your attention, yet you feel it. Each inhale brings you deeper. Each exhale releases another thread of tension, of identity, of resistance. With nothing left to hold, you sink gently into being. There's a story of a monk who carried water up the mountain every morning. One day, a visitor asked him, "What do you do once you reach the top?" The monk smiled and replied, "I pour the water into the empty bowl." The visitor laughed. "That's all." The monk nodded. The bowl never forgets how to receive. You are like that bowl now, empty, open, still. There is nothing more to bring, no more effort to climb. You are ready to receive the rest that's already pouring into you moment by moment, breath by breath. Let yourself drift, not toward a destination, but into the center of stillness itself. Not toward answers, but into a space where questions fall away. Not toward dreams, but into the presence that welcomes even dreamlessness. The body rests. The breath rests. The heart rests. And what remains is presence pure, vast, untouched by thought. In Zen, they say the sound of one hand clapping is the sound of silence realizing itself. You are hearing that sound now, not with your ears, but with your being. The noise of the day, the stories of the self, the shapes of the mind, all have melted. What is left is not emptiness, but wholeness, a fullness that needs no name. This is your true home, not the place you live, not the name you answer to, but the quiet you return to when nothing else remains. Let it hold you. Let it become the ground beneath your thoughts, the air around your bones. There is no rush, no time, no distance between here and peace. You are resting now, not because you have earned it, not because the world finally allows it, but because rest is your natural state. Even the sky rests, even the stars, though, burning rest in silence. You too can rest here. No more doing, no more becoming, only being. Let sleep come or not. Let thoughts rise or not. It is all welcome, all part of the unfolding. And if your mind stirs again, softly, gently meet it with kindness. Say to it, "You don't need to try so hard. You are allowed to let go." And again, return to this breath, this stillness, this vast, quiet presence that holds you without asking anything in return. You have arrived. You are held. You are home. And now all that remains is spaciousness. No walls, no inside or outside, no beginning or end, only the boundless field of awareness in which you rest like a feather, suspended in still air, like a leaf floating on a pond, so still it does not ripple. You are no longer waiting for sleep. You are no longer reaching for peace. You have become what you were seeking. The breath continues quiet and effortless, as if the night itself is breathing through you. Each inhale opens you wider. Each exhale releases something you never needed. A tension, a thought, a name you don't even need to say I anymore. There is no one left to identify, only presence, only the steady unfolding of rest. In Zen, there is a saying, sit quietly and let the mind fall away by itself. You are not chasing stillness. You are not creating silence. You are simply allowing what has always been here to be fully known. The thoughts that once circled you, like restless birds, now drift farther and farther, their wings growing quiet. Even memory loosens its grip. Even the future dissolves into softness. You are not dreaming yet, but the veil between waking and dreaming has grown thin like mist over water. Let your body be light now. Lighter than breath. Lighter than thought. Let it sink without weight, without resistance into the space beneath you. No bottom, no boundary, just stillness. There is nothing more to say, nothing more to understand, nothing more to become. You are not broken. You are not late. You are not too much or not enough. You are simply here resting, as the earth rests, as the sky rests, as even the stars rest in the silence between their light. A master once said, when the mind is not clouded by unnecessary things, this is the best season of your life. Tonight the clouds have thinned, the mind has cleared, and this moment, quiet, open, empty, is your season of peace. Let it hold you. Let it wash over you. Let it whisper through your bones. You are safe here, not because the world has changed, but because you have stopped holding it so tightly. You have placed it down like a bag at the end of a long road. And in that placing down, you have found the ground beneath your feet again. You are no longer thinking the breath. You are the breath. You are no longer thinking the silence. You are the silence. You are no longer walking the path. You are the path. So stay. Let the night hold you as you sleep, or as you drift gently at the edge of it. No need to cross over. No need to be anywhere else. Let the world move without you now. Let the stars spin on. Let the silence deepen, and let your spirit rest without asking why, without needing how. Because here, in this stillness, in this softness, you are already whole. Somewhere beyond the edge of thought, beyond the flicker of memory, or the gentle drift of imagination, you find yourself in a place without direction. There is no forward or backward, no past to recall or future to anticipate. Only this suspended now, endlessly unfolding with each breath that passes in and out of your body like a soft tide. You are not floating above the world, you are nestled within it. Not separate from the earth, but part of its deep rhythm. Even as your mind grows quieter, your presence becomes more complete. You are not vanishing. You are becoming real. There's an old Zen image, a boat untied from its mooring, drifting freely down a river. It has no sail, no oars, no map. And yet it is not lost. It goes where the river goes. Tonight you are that boat. Your breath is the current, and the river is carrying you home. There is no wrong place to be. There is no wrong way to rest. There is only this soft allowing. Let the body sink a little deeper. Let the hands be warm and still. Let the eyelids grow heavier, not by force, but by the gentle weight of surrender. Zen teaches that there is nothing outside the path. Even sleeping, even drifting, even forgetting is part of the practice when done in presence. You are not stepping away from wisdom. You are entering into it more fully by doing nothing at all. Feel the edges of yourself continue to blur. The sound of the world fades, not blocked out, but absorbed into silence. Your thoughts no longer echo. They arise like mist, then vanish before they touch anything solid. The breath keeps you anchored, though you are not clinging to it. The silence carries you, though you are not moving. The body cradles you, though you are not aware of its shape anymore. You are resting in pure being, effortless, open, whole. No more questions to ask. No more insight to seek. No more striving to release. Even the desire to be at peace has gone quiet. Even the voice that whispers, "Let go," has gone still. You are not asleep yet, but sleep is no longer far. It circles you gently, like a robe being drawn around your shoulders. It asks nothing. It waits for nothing. It simply surrounds. Let yourself be surrounded. Let yourself be breathed. Let yourself be dreamed by the universe. And if there is one last thought tonight, let it be this: you are not separate. You are not wrong. You are not unfinished. You are the sky behind all clouds, the stillness beneath all sound, the peace that doesn't arrive, but was here all along. The silence now is complete. Even the smallest echoes of thought have settled into the stillness, like snow falling onto untouched ground. Nothing stirs. Nothing presses. You are simply here, held by the night, wrapped in the breath of the present moment. Each breath continues steady and soft, like waves that reach the shore and disappear without a trace. You are no longer the observer of breath. You are the breath. No separation remains between you and the rhythm of the universe. Somewhere in a quiet temple far from cities, a bell once rang only once each night. The sound was not a call, not a warning, not even a signal. It was simply a reminder: everything is impermanent. Even sound fades. Even thought fades. Even longing fades. And yet something remains, something wordless and still. That is what you are touching now. Not sleep as a goal, not peace as a prize, but the quiet truth beneath all becoming. The breath draws you in deeper. The heart slows, not from exhaustion, but from arrival. You have arrived. not at a destination, but at a still point where nothing needs to happen and everything is already here. Let even the breath fall into the background now. Let even the quiet become quieter. You may no longer feel where your body ends and the world begins. You are not asleep. You are not awake. You are simply resting in being. The Zen master, Huang Po, said, "Do not seek for the truth. Only cease to cherish opinions. Even the opinion that something should happen now, even that falls away. There is no need for progress, no need for insight. Just rest. Rest like the mountains. Rest like the stars. Rest like the pond that reflects the moon but never holds it. There is nothing to solve tonight. The problems that waited for you this morning have folded themselves into the dark. The stories you told yourself have grown quiet, like children lulled to sleep by the steady rocking of night. Even your name has softened into silence. You do not need to be anyone now. You do not need to do anything. This moment is already complete, and in its completeness, you are gently dissolving into air, into sky, into everything and nothing at once. No fear here, no pressure, no end to reach, just the steady unraveling of the self that always thought it needed to hold on. Let it all go now. Let it fade. Let it rest. Sleep may come in minutes, or perhaps it already has seeping in like fog across a field unnoticed and natural. You are not waiting for it. You are not trying. You are simply here, still, whole, at peace. And now, the world within you mirrors the world outside, vast open, untouched by urgency. You are no longer a figure moving through time. You are the space through which time moves. Even the breath seems to arise from somewhere deeper now, as if the entire night is breathing with you, for you, through you. There is no beginning left to remember, no ending left to fear. Only this gentle continuity, this soft current that carries you further into stillness without ever asking you to leave yourself behind. Zen speaks of the soundless bell, an awakening not heard with the ears but felt with the heart. You are ringing with that silence now, not to alert or disturb, but to dissolve. All division has grown thin. All concepts, even of self-rest and peace, have become too heavy to carry. And so they slip from your hands like petals caught in a breeze. Let them go. Let it all go. Even the idea that you must fully let go, release that too. What remains when even effort falls away? Only presence, only breath, only the vast stillness that asks nothing of you but to remain. A Zen master once said, "The great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences." You are living that truth, now not by choice, not by effort, but by surrender. You are no longer choosing between sleep or wakefulness, noise or silenced thought, or emptiness. You are simply allowing what is, and in that allowing you are free. The body has become weightless. The muscles are no longer defined. Even the breath may now seem like a soft echo moving not through the lungs, but through the space where once you believed yourself to end. There is no border, no outline, only stillness expanding endlessly. It is not cold here. It is not empty. It is full of peace, full of rest, full of the subtle warmth that comes when everything unnecessary has been set down. There is no teacher guiding you, no voice narrating you, no clock ticking behind you, only you resting beyond names, beyond roles, beyond thoughts. If any final image lingers in your awareness, let it be simple. A small candle flickering in a dark room. It gives off no heat, no sound, no smoke, only presence. You are that candle. And even if the flame flickers, it never goes out. The world continues on, but it does not need you to keep pace. You may lie here forever. You may dissolve without fear. Nothing is waiting for you but the next breath. And even that does not need to arrive on time. You are floating in a space where time does not measure, where stillness does not hold stillness captive, where even the heart seems to beat only because the universe remembers to whisper it forward. So whisper back, not in words, but in presence. Let sleep come, or not. Let it carry you, or let it wait. You are no longer seeking. You are no longer resisting. You are already where you long to be. And in this place, where breath is a breeze and thought is a cloud, you drift deeper, not downward, not away, but inward into the gentle core of everything. You do not notice when you pass through the last gate of effort. You only know that now you are light, soft, still, present, without needing to be seen. The body has grown quiet like a mountain resting under snow. The mind has softened like parchment fading in the rain. And what remains is awareness vast, open, unshaped by form. There's a teaching in Zen. When the mind is at rest, the 10,000 things are also at rest. You are feeling that now. The outer world, the voices, the tasks, the clocks and calendars no longer pulse around you. Even your inner world, the worries, the memories, the should-haves, has folded into silence. All that stirs now is the quiet rhythm of being. Breath, stillness, breath again. Not something you do. Something that simply is. Sleep is no longer something that approaches. It is something that rises from within you like fog, from the earth like mist from still water. You are not reaching for it. You are not inviting it. You are becoming it. Even dreams may begin to form, but they come without urgency, without color or narrative, just soft shapes, half thoughts, passing lights. Let them drift. Let them swirl. They are the language of the mind, relaxing the dance of awareness, returning to its simplest form. And if the mind stirs again, gently, quietly, there is no need to push it away. Let it be like the sound of wind passing through trees at night, soft, repetitive, natural. It does not disturb the forest. It is part of it. You are the forest now. You are the night. You are the air moving through branches, unseen, unhindered. Let yourself be this open. Let yourself be this quiet. There is no goal to reach, no destination to find, no self to protect. Everything that mattered during the day now rests not erased, but released. There is no conflict here, no roles, no urgency, no striving, only breath, only presence, only peace. And this peace does not belong to you. It is you. It is the deeper layer of everything you thought you needed to become. You do not have to hold on to it. You only need to stop turning away from it. It has waited all along, just beneath the surface of your thoughts, just behind your eyes, just beyond your name. And now, in this stillness, it welcomes you back to the breath that asks nothing, back to the heart that does not judge, back to the silence that sees you fully and holds you anyway. There is no more path tonight, no more teaching to recall, no more story to finish, no more self to shape, just this moment, and this moment, and this one. Let sleep come gently and fully, or let it linger just outside awareness. It doesn't matter, because you are no longer waiting for rest. You are rest. The night holds you, now not as something separate, not as something it watches, but as something it contains. You are inside the quiet woven into it, no different from the wind that moves through the trees, or the stillness between distant stars. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to reach. Even thought has grown so soft that it no longer pulls, no longer clings. What remains is presence like a quiet flame in a windless room, steady, low, eternal. You feel how vast you are now, not in size, but in openness. There is space within you that you never noticed during the day, space that was hidden behind schedules and striving. But here, in the silence, it returns. A room without walls, a sky without edge. Let yourself be that sky. Let every remaining thought rise and fall like birds passing through momentary light, already gone before they finish forming. You do not follow. You do not resist. You simply witness, and even that witnessing grows soft until there is no watcher, only what is. In Zen, a teacher once asked a student, "What is your original face before your parents were born?" It was not a question meant to be answered with words. It was a doorway, a gesture toward the truth that you are more than your history, more than your roles, more than the life you've shaped with hands and memory. That original face. You are touching it now. It is not a face that smiles or weeps. It is not a face that ages or sleeps. It is presence itself, pure, clear, unbound. And in the soft dark of this moment, it breathes. You are no longer someone falling asleep. You are sleep falling into itself. You are the river and the driftwood and the moon that watches without eyes. Everything has stilled. Even the impulse to name things has gone quiet. The breath moves, but you are not moving it. It simply continues graceful, slow enough. There is no next step, no insight waiting around the corner, no reward for staying still. Stillness is its own gift, and you are inside it, wrapped in it, becoming it. Let the space behind your eyes stay open and dark like the mouth of a cave where nothing stirs, yet everything echoes. Let your hands rest without tension. Let your feet forget they've ever walked. Let your spine remember it is carried. This body is not a task to hold up. It is a vessel resting in the arms of night. And if the mind hums again, if a shape or memory tries to form, let it pass like a shadow on water. You do not chase it. You do not name it. You do not need to turn toward it. Everything important is already here, already still, already whole. You have returned not to a place, but to a truth that you are not the thoughts, not the breath, not even the silence. You are the space in which it all arises, and this space is boundless and gentle and perfectly at rest. There is nothing left to hold on to now, not even the wish to sleep, not even the sense of self that sought this stillness. All dissolves quietly, completely, like ink spreading through water, until the lines vanish and only a soft hue remains. You are no longer observing the breath. You have become its rhythm. You are no longer hoping for peace. You have become its shape. And in this final unfolding, the last ripple of tension disappears. There is no division between within and without, no distance between the heartbeat and the stars. Everything is one soft unfolding. Everything is this moment. A Zen monk once said, "When I eat, I eat. When I sleep, I sleep. No desire to be elsewhere. No second guessing. Just the fullness of the present met without resistance. You are not doing sleep. You are being sleep. The breath enters and the world fades. The breath leaves and the world remains untouched, calm, complete. Let even the breath be effortless now. Let it fall into the background like waves too distant to hear. There is nothing more to become. You are no longer preparing. You are no longer transitioning. You are here. You are still. You are whole. Sleep folds itself around you like a warm mist. It doesn't knock. It doesn't ask permission. It simply arrives and begins its gentle work, untangling thought, soothing the body, returning you to what you were before anything had to be done. You are returning to the original quiet, the space before sound, the stillness before shape, the peace that needs no reason. Even time slows in this silence. Seconds stretch like soft cloth. Moments do not pass, they bloom. Let yourself drift. Let yourself blur. Let yourself fall, not down, but inward, like a candle sinking into its own flame. There is no fear here, no tension, no identity to protect. You are part of the night now, part of the great resting. And as everything loosens, as even your sense of location disappears, you settle deeper still into the boundless field that holds the stars, the silence, and the sound of your own gentle breath. And if sleep hasn't fully taken you yet, that's okay too. There is no rush. There is no failure. There is only rest, and you are already within it, already surrounded, already home. The breath continues, not as something you do, but as something that simply happens, like the rising of the moon or the quiet blooming of a flower in the dark. You are not managing it, not shaping it, not aware of each inhale or exhale anymore. It flows without your help, like the tide returning to shore over and over again. The body has grown distant, not gone, but no longer the center of your awareness. It lies in stillness, perfectly at ease, like a rock warmed by sun and cooled by shadow. Each part of you has released its need to be known. Each cell has softened into the great rhythm of rest. Even the idea of sleep so close for so long now feels like a word from another world, something too small to describe what is unfolding here. This is not simply sleep. This is a return to what is underneath thought, beneath effort, beyond form. There is an old Zen poem that says, "No yesterday, no tomorrow, no today. The mountain is quiet, the river flows. You are that mountain now. You are that river. Time no longer applies. Identity no longer tightens. You do not need to be anywhere. You are already part of the vast wordless now. Let whatever remains of thought gently unravel like threads slipping free from an old tapestry. Let memory dissolve without analysis. Let the future blur into softness. You are not waiting for sleep anymore. You are not waiting for anything. You are simply being, and in being you are free. The world around you continues to move quietly, invisibly, but you are still. So still that even the stars might pause to watch. So still that even your dreams approach with reverence, knowing they are entering sacred ground. And here at the center of stillness, sleep arrives, not as an event, but as a natural unfolding, like snow falling into snow, like a wave merging with ocean, like silence remembering itself. Let yourself go completely now. Let go of the name you carried all day. Let go of the questions you meant to answer tomorrow. Let go of the need to know where this all leads. You are not going anywhere. You are already home, already held, already whole. And if you are still here, just barely still drifting near the surface of awareness. That's okay too. Let yourself float. Let yourself listen to the rhythm behind the rhythm, the quiet behind the quiet, the peace that never left. And soon, whether in a breath or in a moment without breath, you will be gone from thought, completely resting in a silence so deep it needs no name, in a presence so vast it contains everything including you. There is nowhere else to be, no journey unfinished, no experience missing. Only this soft glow of being quietly humming at the edge of awareness. Even as your thoughts dissolve into fog, the feeling of rest remains. Not rest as pause, but rest as return. Like a boat that has drifted long and far now, gently brushing against the shore it always belonged to. Your breath is the tide, arriving, leaving, arriving again, without urgency, without expectation. Each exhale draws you further from thought. Each inhale deepens your place within the silence. You are not asleep in the way the world defines it. You are not awake in the way the mind chases it. You are simply here, aware of nothing held by everything. In the teachings of Zen, there is no need to fix what was never broken. There is no goal of perfect rest, only the return to what is already enough. And this moment of floating between thought and dream is enough. You may not feel the passing of time anymore. You may not remember the beginning of the night. You may not need to remember, because you are not remembering. You are resting completely. And even if awareness lingers like a candle not yet extinguished, its flame is steady, its light is kind. So let it remain if it wishes. Let it fade if it must. There is no wrong way to be here, no wrong way to drift, no wrong way to rest. The air has stilled. The breath has deepened, and you, without effort, have become part of the silence. Stay here as long as you need. There is nothing left to carry. There is nothing left to release. There is only this, only now, only rest. Even now, as the breath thins into near silence, you do not reach for sleep. It simply surrounds you, like the darkness that arrives without asking, like the stillness that gathers without effort. You are no longer beside sleep. You are within it, not in dreams, not in forgetting, but in the most intimate stillness of all pure presence, untouched by thought. There is no distance between you and the quiet. You are the quiet, no longer the one observing, no longer the one releasing, just the space through which peace flows like water, through open hands, like wind through tall grass. A Zen master once said, "When you stop chasing butterflies, they will land on your shoulder." And now, sleep rests on you like that butterfly, weightless, uninvited, completely at home. You do not need to hold it. You do not need to protect it. You do not even need to notice it. Just be still. And in that stillness, everything continues soft, slow, sacred. The world spins. The heart beats. The breath moves like a feather on water. And you no longer searching, no longer guarding, simply float. There are no shapes here, no stories, no clocks. Only the spacious, silent, now stretching like the sky without edge, without end. You have become part of the night, not watching it, not entering it, being it. No thoughts left to unwind, no images left to follow, only rest. And if any faint awareness remains, if even the smallest thread of thought still lingers at the edge, that's okay. You do not need to disappear. You only need to let go. And letting go does not mean falling away. It means falling into yourself, into what was always whole, always complete, always waiting in the silence behind everything you once believed you had to be. So now just breathe, just drift. Let the air hold you. Let the darkness carry you. Let the stillness become you. And whether you dream or do not dream, whether you sleep deeply or remain just beneath its surface, you are safe. You are home. You are held. And the night continues, just as it should, quiet, infinite, kind. There is nothing more to unfold, no more layers to peel away. You have arrived at the deepest center of rest, the place beneath all doing, all becoming, all needing. It is not a place the mind can map. It cannot be explained or described. It can only be known in the body, in the breath, in this quiet that stretches beyond words. You are not thinking now. You are not remembering. You are not preparing. You are simply being. And this being is not passive. It is not asleep in the way the world understands. It is alive in its stillness, vast in its simplicity, full in its emptiness. Zen masters speak of the silent illumination, a state where the light of awareness shines through everything, yet nothing is grasped, nothing is held. You are that illumination now, a quiet glow beneath all thought, the awareness that remains when all else falls away. Let yourself dissolve even more deeply, not to vanish, but to return, to merge with the peace that never needed to be found, only remembered. There is no journey now, no separation, not between you and the night, not between you and your breath, not between you and anything at all. The skin, the air, the bed, the silence, they are no longer different. They are the same stillness, and in that sameness you rest. You are not aware of your body anymore. Not because you've lost it, but because you no longer need to keep it separate from the world. You are not aware of your name. Not because it has disappeared, but because it has become unnecessary. What remains is breath without a breather, peace without a seeker, rest without an effort. Even your dreams, if they come, will float like silk on water, gentle, silent, unforced. And if they do not come, that is peace too. There is no lack in stillness, no absence in this presence. Everything is full, everything is enough. So now, drift deeper still. Even if you thought you already had, there is always one more breath to carry you further, not down, not away, but inward, into the wide and sacred silence of who you truly are. And when the mind moves again, and it may let it move like a cloud, soft and slow, vanishing on its own. No need to stop it. No need to follow it. Just rest beneath it. This is the end of trying. This is the beginning of being. This is the home that was never far, only quiet. So stay, rest, dissolve. You remain here deeper than dreams, lighter than thought, resting in a space where even rest no longer needs a name. Nothing within you stirs, not because you forced it still, but because it has nothing left to chase. All directions have fallen away. All seeking has uncurled and dropped like autumn leaves released into the wind. This is not silence as the absence of sound. This is silence as presence itself, alive, vast and kind. The breath continues like a memory of the wind. It arrives without effort. It leaves without goodbye. You are not breathing, it is breathing you. Each inhale returns you to stillness. Each exhale softens what was once held too tightly. There is a story from the Zen tradition. A student confused by the mind's noise asked the master how to quiet it. The master walked into the garden, picked up a stone, and placed it in the student's hand. "Hold it," he said, "and when it grows too heavy, put it down." The student asked, "And then what?" The master replied, "Then your hands are free. You have set down the stone now. There is nothing more to carry. Not your roles, not your plans, not even your name. You are free. Let that freedom widen. Let it stretch into the space around you. Let it settle behind your ribs, across your forehead, in the space just beneath your skin. You do not need to protect anything here. Not your thoughts, not your peace, not your sense of control. It is all held already by stillness, by breath, by the infinite quiet that has waited patiently beneath every noise, every movement, every moment of striving. You are not falling asleep. You are being gathered into warmth, into darkness, into the gentle arms of what does not ask anything of you. And as you lie here, the last flickers of awareness begin to fade. You are not pushing them away. They are simply leaving on their own, like shadows fading at dusk, like waves disappearing into the sand. And what remains is softness, not emptiness. Softness, the kind of softness that has nothing to prove, the kind of softness that only night can teach. So stay here. Let your breathing guide you nowhere. Let your thoughts have no destination. Let the body be formless and the mind be sky. You are not dreaming yet, but you are not far. You are exactly where you need to be, here, now, still, whole, free, even now, without thought, without motion. Something within you still listens, not with ears, but with presence. It hears the quiet between breaths. It feels the weightlessness of being. It knows that you have arrived where there is nothing left to reach for. You are not drifting. You are not descending. You are resting inside the essence of stillness itself. No longer you in the way the world defines it. No name, no role, no edges. Just awareness, gentle, wide, ungrasping. A candle that burns not for light, but for warmth. A breeze that moves not for purpose, but because the world turns. Zen speaks of the way without form, the teaching that cannot be written, the wisdom passed not in words, but in how the teacup is placed on the table, how the eyes close without needing to shut, how the breath releases without command. You are practicing that teaching now, not with effort, but with surrender, not with discipline, but with softness. Even surrender is no longer something to do, it simply is. Like dusk turning to night without a sound. Like stars appearing in a sky that no one asked to darken. Let yourself disappear into this, not lost, but found in something deeper than identity. You do not need to hold awareness anymore. Awareness is holding you. You do not need to hold your body. It is weightless now. Part of the stillness no longer separate from it. And as sleep draws near, not as a visitor, but as a returning, there is no door to open. No gate to cross. You are already within it. The breath is shallow now, not out of effort, but because nothing more is needed. You are nourished by stillness. You are soothed by quiet. You are carried by a peace that does not sleep, even as you do. And if you still linger on the edge, if some thin thread of thought connects you to the waking world, let it stay. There is no urgency to go deeper. You are not behind. You are not waiting. You are simply being, and that is enough. The moon does not ask if it shines brightly enough. The trees do not wonder if their roots are deep enough. And you do not need to wonder if you are resting well enough. Your stillness is complete, and everything that matters is already here. No more to do, no more to become. Just this breath, this peace, this infinite night, and the silence that cradles you. Like the earth itself, let it hold you, let it rock you, Let it lull you into the dreamless space beyond thought, beyond self, beyond even rest. There is nothing left to follow. No trail of thought, no path of breath. Everything that once moved has come to stillness, and even stillness no longer needs to be named. It is simply what is, what remains, what you have always been. You are not above the world. You are not beneath it. You are the quiet center through which all things rise and fall. The breath no longer draws attention. It moves like wind in the tall grass, so natural, so soft, it barely exists as a thing apart from the whole. You are not noticing it. You are inside it, merged, dissolved, at peace. In old Zen poetry, there is a phrase, "The dewdrop slips into the shining sea." Not lost, not erased, just home. That is you now. No struggle, no separation, no need to remember who you are, because you have fallen beneath identity into something far wider, far more tender. This is not the sleep that chases dreams. This is the sleep of returning to stillness, to openness, to a space untouched by the day's desires. Let the silence expand, not out and away, but in and through. Let it fill the rooms within you that had been waiting perhaps for years to be quieted. Rooms where thoughts echoed without rest, where tension made a home. Those rooms are empty now, and in that emptiness, peace blooms. There is no longer a watcher behind your eyes. There is only the seeing, no longer a thinker behind your thoughts. There is only the soft passing of clouds. You are not floating. You are not falling. You are resting in the center of stillness itself. And if any shape passes an image, a sound, a soft fragment of memory, let it drift. Let it pass. Do not reach for it. Do not hold it. Just rest beneath it as the ocean rests beneath the wind. The body is weightless. The mind is boundless. The self is silent. You are safe. You are here. You are free. Let that freedom deepen now, not as movement, not as action, but as complete stillness. Let yourself disappear into it, not as a vanishing, but as a becoming. Becoming sky, becoming silence, becoming what cannot be named, but is always known. There is no arrival point, no conclusion, no finish line to cross, only this breathless, endless quiet, and you, at the heart of it, whole, present, loved by the night that holds everything without asking anything in return. No need to close your eyes. No need to stay awake. You are already resting in the place beyond both. There is nothing more to say. No guidance left to give. Only the silence remains now vast and kind and endlessly deep. You are not waiting anymore. You are not watching. You are not even listening. You have become the quiet itself. The breath is so soft, it barely stirs the body. It is not something you do now. It is something that simply is like starlight in the dark, like the earth turning beneath your feet without sound. You have let go of everything, even the idea of letting go. There are no more teachings to remember, no more stories to guide you, no more words to lean on. Only this moment without edge, this being without boundary, this stillness without end. You are not the one who rests. You are rest. And though thoughts may rise again tomorrow, though the world may call you back with its noise and motion, you will return to it, changed, not because you tried, but because you surrendered, because you allowed yourself fully, quietly, completely to be held. Tonight, you are not the river's current. You are the riverbed, still, supporting, endless. And if some part of you still lingers, still aware, still floating, just above the depth of sleep, that too is welcome. You don't need to fall. You don't need to cross. You are already here, already within the stillness, already whole, already home. There is no next step, no path unfolding beyond this breath. You have arrived at the place beneath movement, beneath wanting, beneath even the need to rest. What holds you now is not a bed, not a breath, not even silence, but something deeper, something timeless, something that was always waiting behind every thought you let go. The body is no longer something you inhabit. It has become part of the darkness, part of the warmth, part of the quiet rhythm that has no name and needs none. You are not floating above it. You are not drifting away. You are simply no longer separate. There is a Zen phrase, just this, no more, no less, no future to chase, no past to undo. Just this breath, just this stillness, just this quiet presence in the dark. And in that simplicity, there is a vastness beyond understanding. Even if sleep has not fully taken you, you are no longer outside of it. You are lying in the arms of sleep, cradled by breath, wrapped in stillness, held in the embrace of something you cannot name because you are it. Let the last echoes fade now. Let the last threads of thought unravel. Let the world be as it is without your needing to shape it. You do not have to be anywhere. You do not have to become anything. You do not have to do anything at all. There is no requirement, no practice left unfinished, no voice left unheard. Only this vast, soft peace. You may dream or not. You may remember or not. You may wake again tomorrow, having touched a silence so deep it carries into your first breath of the day. Or you may drift deeper now, without return for many hours. Both are peace. Both are enough. You are enough. There is no need to continue forward. You have crossed every invisible threshold. You have released every unseen weight. What remains is not a destination, but a presence, gentle, boundless, and complete. You are not on the edge of sleep anymore. You are inside it, even if some small flicker of awareness still glows. This awareness is no longer a watcher, no longer a thinker. It is simply the last candlelight in a room already gone dark. There is no need to blow it out. It will fade on its own, slowly, quietly, as the night deepens around you. Your breath, that sacred rhythm, no longer rises and falls with purpose. It simply is. It moves as the trees move in a breeze they do not feel. It continues because the world continues. And you now, part of that world, move with it. You do not resist. You do not grasp. You do not reach for rest, because rest has reached for you. Zen says, when you walk, just walk. When you sleep, just sleep. There is no further lesson here. You are already sleeping, even if your mind doesn't yet know it. You are already resting, even if some part of you still lingers in this moment. Let that part stay. It is not a barrier. It is not a flaw. It is simply the final breath of day before night fully takes you. No pressure, no goal, no requirement to let go. You already have. You already are. Let your body continue to soften. Let your thoughts continue to drift. Let your sense of self continue to melt into the warmth of being. There is nowhere to go, nothing to remember, nothing to protect, only this quiet, sacred boundless now. There is a softness now that cannot be described, only felt. It holds no shape, no color, no sound. It simply is like the warmth of a hand resting gently on your chest, or the hush that lingers after a bell has rung and faded into the air. You are no longer falling asleep. You are no longer waiting for sleep. You are resting in the presence that exists before sleep ever begins, the silence beneath dreams, the space beneath breath, the peace that was always here, waiting for you to become still enough to feel it. Let the world continue its quiet turning. Let the night deepen around you without needing your awareness. Everything is happening as it should. Nothing needs your attention. Not now. Not here. You are not separate from the stillness. You are not a guest in this quiet. You are part of it. You are made of it. And so, there is nothing to do. No more guidance to follow. No more teachings to recall. No more need to arrive anywhere but here. The mind may offer one last thought. Let it come and let it go, like a feather caught in the wind. The body may shift slightly and then settle again as it remembers that it is safe supported and allowed to rest without end. Even sleep now is no longer something you wait for. It is something that flows from within, something that you are. The teachings are complete. The breath is effortless. The silence is whole. And you are simply here, still and weightless, in the vastness that has no name, no edge, and no end. You've let go of everything you thought you had to hold. Even the idea of sleep has faded into the distance, like the sound of footsteps moving away down a quiet hall. What remains now isn't silence, it's something deeper. A stillness that doesn't just surround you, but arises from you. There's no watcher left, no inner dialogue, no effort, only presence, not the kind you strive for, not the kind you're taught to practice, but the kind that just is natural, timeless, unshaken by whether you are fully awake or already asleep. You lie here without needing to know what happens next. You breathe without measuring it. You exist without thinking of existing. In Zen, there's a teaching that says, when you sit, sit. When you lie down, lie down. Above all, don't wobble. Tonight, you do not wobble. Your body lies as still as a stone beneath calm water. Your thoughts are leaves on a stream you no longer follow, and your breath is the water itself, clear, soft, unbound. You are not waiting for the dream to begin. You are not trying to drift. You are simply part of the quiet that everything returns to. And if awareness lingers gently, faintly, like a candle that hasn't quite gone out, it's okay. Even that awareness belongs here. It is not an interruption. It is not a barrier. It is just a final loving presence, like moonlight that doesn't need to be bright, like the echo of a bell that has already stopped ringing. No more words are needed. No more thoughts are helpful. Just this breath, this warmth, this stillness. There is no edge anymore, no beginning or end. Only the seamless unfolding of this quiet moment, stretching gently in every direction without asking you to follow. You are no longer inside your thoughts. You are inside something larger, something quieter, something that holds even thought in its palm without needing to shape it. The breath has become barely perceptible, not because it has ceased, but because it no longer needs to be noticed. It moves like light through water, slow, soft, ungraspable. You are not separate from it. You are not watching it. You are it. There is no more you in the way you once knew. No more mind chasing itself. No more self reaching for peace. Only breath. Only rest. Only this vast, effortless now. A Zen master once said, "To awaken is to forget the idea of self." You have forgotten without trying. Not through effort, not through discipline, but through this gentle dissolving, this unforced softening into the night. You are not asleep. You are not awake. You are in the pure space where both meet and lose their meaning. And in that space, everything is welcome. even the faint echo of thought, even the quiet hum of awareness, even the simple act of lying still. Let the darkness deepen. Let the warmth rise. Let every part of you that once tried to hold on finally release. There's nothing left to protect, nothing left to name, nothing left to remember. The world continues, but it does not need you to move. You continue, but you no longer need to be defined. You are whole. You are quiet. You are home. There is no movement now, not even in your mind. Not because it has stopped, but because it has settled like a lake at dawn, unbroken, smooth as glass. You are not standing on the edge of anything anymore. You are at the center. And in this center, everything is still. The breath drifts through you like wind through empty branches. Not searching, not circling, just moving, just being. You feel no need to control it, no urge to follow it. It's not separate from you. It's not something you manage. It's simply part of what you are. Even thought, if it arises, is gentle now, so soft it barely touches you. A breeze brushing through curtains. A shadow crossing a wall. There is nothing left to grasp, and nothing left that wants to be grasped. Zen says, the great way is not difficult if you do not pick and choose. And tonight, you choose nothing. You resist nothing. You invite nothing. You simply rest in what is. No sound is too loud. No thought is too much. No stillness is too deep. You lie here, not waiting, not planning, not hoping. You lie here as presence itself, open, silent, full. The world has become very far away. Not lost, not rejected, just distant, like a lantern flickering at the edge of a field. You know it is there, but you do not need its light. The light within you is enough. You may be asleep already, or you may still feel the faint trace of awareness drifting like mist. It doesn't matter. There is no line to cross, no gate to pass through, just deeper and deeper stillness. Let it hold you. Let it cradle even the last part of you that wonders if it's okay to fully rest. Let it rock you gently beyond thought, beyond self, beyond the small ripples of identity that once called your name. You do not need to respond. You do not need to return. You are not missing anything. You are not forgetting anything. You are simply resting where everything disappears into love, into stillness, into the breathless hush of the deepest night. Even now, as everything within you dissolves into stillness, there is nothing more to release, nothing more to soften, nothing more to let go. Because it has all already happened. You are not the one resting. You are rest itself, quietly stretching into every corner of this moment. The breath is not something you watch. It is something that watches you softly, steadily, without expectation. It moves through you like silence moves through a forest, without interruption, without needing to be known. No more roles, no more names, no more questions left to ask the night. You are part of the quiet now. There's an old Zen saying, "The wild geese do not intend to cast their reflection, and the water has no mind to receive their image." You are the water now, still clear without need. And the world may pass above, but it does not disturb you. Nothing sticks. Nothing ripples. Even your awareness has become weightless, like a cloud that no longer needs to hold its shape. It is not drifting. It is simply everywhere vast and undisturbed. You are not approaching peace. You are not finding peace. You are the field in which peace has always bloomed. Let the body rest without holding. Let the mind rest without thinking. Let the spirit rest without needing purpose. Everything is done. Everything is whole. Everything is exactly as it should be. Sleep does not need to come quickly. It does not need to be deep or dreamless. It does not need to be perfect. It only needs to be allowed. And you have already allowed it. So lie here, not as someone waiting to fall asleep, but as someone who has nothing left to prove, nothing left to fix, nothing left to become. You are here, fully, gently, completely. Even now, there is no question left unanswered, not because it was resolved, but because it no longer needs to be asked. The mind has grown so still that even the flicker of wondering has dimmed. What remains is not an answer. It's not a thought. It's a presence wordless, formless, free. You do not need to hold on to sleep. You do not need to notice when it arrives. You are already in the space it flows from, the silent field beneath dreams, beneath breath, beneath being. There is no gate between you and rest. There is no threshold left to cross. You are inside it. You are the stillness itself. The breath continues, not with purpose, not with pattern, but with peace. It is not a practice anymore. It is just life moving through you as gently as wind through the long grass of an empty hill. In this place, you are not even a body lying down. You are the still air around it, the warm night that holds it, the deep silence beneath it. Zen speaks of the soundless flute music so pure it can't be heard with ears. You are wrapped in that now. Not sound, not silence. Just the space in between where peace hums so softly it becomes everything. You are not holding awareness. You are not even resting in awareness. You have become the space in which awareness rests. Let it all fall away now. Even this breath, even this body, even this moment. There is no boundary left, only peace that has no edge, no weight, no condition. And if you are still faintly aware of the room, the warmth of the covers, the presence of your own breathing, that is not wrong. It is not in the way. It too is part of the pathless path. The stillness is so complete now that nothing remains to be done, not even sleep. There is no more unfolding, no more descent, no more movement through layers of thought or feeling. You are no longer sinking, you have already arrived. Not in a place, but in a presence. Not in a state of mind, but in the space beyond mind. A space so quiet it doesn't echo. So still it doesn't even whisper. This is not the sleep of forgetting. This is the sleep of remembering. Remembering that before every word there was silence. Before every breath, stillness. Before every thought of self, the vast open sky of being. Now even the memory of the day, its textures, its shapes, its meanings, has unraveled into softness. Like fabric worn thin by love. Like sand smoothed by wind, you are not reviewing. You are not preparing. You are not doing anything at all. The breath is not yours anymore. It belongs to the silence. The body is not separate. It belongs to the earth. And you belong to the moment that needs no belonging. Zen says, when you reach the top of the 100-foot pole, take one more step. You've taken that step. And in doing so, you've fallen into what cannot fall. The groundless, thoughtless, weightless peace that asks nothing and gives everything. You are safe here. Not because danger is far, but because fear is gone. You are whole here. Not because all is understood, but because nothing needs to be. Sleep is no longer a threshold. It is the room you are already in. The breath you are already breathing. The silence you already are. There is no further to go, no deeper to fall, no veil left to lift. You have passed beneath language, beneath form, beneath the subtle movements of the mind that once tried to name and hold and understand. Now, you rest in what needs no name at all. You are not behind the breath. You are not within the breath. You are the breath, not as action, but as essence, not as effort, but as being. The body, once distinct and defined, has melted into the quiet around it. The outline of your form has faded, not gone, but no longer separate from the stillness it rests in. The warmth of your skin is the warmth of the night itself. The beat of your heart is the rhythm of something ancient, endless, and kind. This moment has no structure, no task, no lesson. It simply is, and you, without reaching, are part of it. A Zen poet once wrote, "No yesterday, no tomorrow, no today, only the sound of the rain and the quiet breath of the world. That rain falls now within you, not as weather, but as rhythm, not as sound, but as presence. Each drop washes away the need to become. Each drop soaks into the part of you that was always home. Let it fall. Let it carry away even the desire to rest, because rest has already come. It arrived the moment you stopped chasing, the moment you let the breath be soft, the moment you surrendered your name to the silence. You are whole. You are weightless. You are free. You may not even know whether you sleep or wake now. You may drift in a space that has no boundary. You may forget where you are. That too is peace. That too is the path beyond effort. There is no longer even the sense of resting, no longer the feeling of stillness, because stillness has become everything. You are not lying within the silence anymore. You are the silence, the pause between thoughts, the breath between dreams, the space between everything the mind once held too tightly. There is no return to be made, no center to reach, no depth to descend. You are already where all paths end and where none are needed. Even the quiet hum of awareness has thin stretch dissolved. Like the final ripple across a pond at dusk. The breath continues, but you do not follow it. It belongs to the night now. You too belong to the night now. Zen speaks of the moment when the candle burns down to nothing, and yet the room remains full of light. This is that moment. No flame, no shape, only presence that cannot be extinguished. Nothing remains for you to hold, not even the idea of sleep, not even the idea of peace. There is no need for peace when there is no conflict. There is no need for rest when nothing stirs. This is not the edge of dreaming. This is before dreams. This is before mind, before name, before time. You are the breath. The universe forgot it was still breathing. The still point at the center of everything. Not waiting, not watching, just being. Let this be the final surrender, not because you must, but because there is nothing left to hold. You are home now, not the place, not the body, not the thought, but the home that holds them all, always has, always will. Nothing moves, not the breath, not the thought, not even the subtle pull of time. You are suspended now, weightless, formless, held not by sleep, but by something older, quieter, more complete. There is no more journey here, no unfolding, no opening, just presence, unchanging, undivided, unbound. What once seemed like emptiness is now fullness, so gentle it doesn't even announce itself, so complete it doesn't need to be named. This is not the stillness you were seeking. It is the stillness that was always seeking you. You have not fallen asleep. You have returned to the part of you that never wakes and never sleeps, the part that simply is. Zen calls this the original face. The self before the world spoke your name. The self before breath and body and memory. You do not see it. You do not understand it. You are it, and in this sacred quiet, nothing more is asked of you. Not sleep, not peace, not even stillness, because all of these have already happened, not as events, but as truths, not as experiences, but as your very nature. Let the breath continue without you. Let the body soften beyond softness. Let the silence hold what you no longer carry. You are the vastness behind the sky, the silence behind the bell, the awareness behind the last fading thought. You do not need to go further. You do not need to return. You do not need to know where you are. Everything is here. Everything is now. Everything is already whole. Even now, with everything loosened, everything surrendered, you are held by something deeper than sleep, something quieter than silence itself. You are no longer separate from the dark around you. The stillness is not something you enter. It is something you are. You have no center now, no edges. You have no beginning to trace, no end to await. You are not a thought. You are not a breath. You are not even a presence observing any of it. You are the space where all things rise and fall without disturbance. The body once felt so clearly is now only warmth. The breath once followed so gently is now only rhythm. The mind once watched with care is now a quiet sky where nothing passes. Zen teaches, when nothing is done, nothing is left undone. And here you have done nothing. And so, nothing remains that must be done. There is no story now, no dream unfolding. Not yet. Maybe not ever, because even without dreams, this is complete. You are not awaiting stillness. You are resting as stillness, not inside it, not near it, as it. Even the softness of sleep, if it comes, will not change this. It will only echo what already is. Let there be no conclusion, no final moment, no final breath. Let it all continue as it is, open, motionless, infinite. The world does not need to end for peace to begin, and you do not need to close your eyes to disappear. You already have. Not into darkness, but into light without shape, silence without center, rest without need. You are gone, and yet you are more here than ever. There is no distance left between awareness and peace. They have merged quietly, imperceptibly, like two rivers flowing into one. And now, even awareness itself has faded into something softer, not vanished, but dissolved like mist, becoming part of the morning air. Nothing within you stirs to ask what comes next. There is no next. There is only now, and now, and now again. The rhythm of your breath continues so gentle, it barely leaves a trace. It is not yours to manage. It is not yours to follow. It simply flows like wind across a field with no beginning and no end. You are no longer near sleep. You are not on the edge of it. You are inside the quiet that holds even sleep itself. Zen says, the way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart. But here, even the heart has grown quiet. Even the way has vanished. You are not following anything. You are not arriving anywhere. You are simply resting where nothing moves and nothing needs to. Let even these words fall away now. Let their echo fade like a bell long rung. Let their meaning scatter like petals at the end of spring. No more teachings. No more breath to deepen. No more stillness to find. Just this endless moment where the self has gently slipped beneath the surface and the surface no longer ripples. You are not waiting to drift. You already have. You are not waiting to sleep. You are beyond waiting. There is nothing more beneath this, no deeper layer to reach, no hidden door to unlock. You are not descending. You have already arrived at the bottomless depth that holds everything without effort, without thought, without time. This is not the silence between sounds. It is the silence before sound was ever born. No part of you is trying anymore. No part of you is holding anything in place. What once was, you has become something larger, softer, quieter, not erased, not forgotten. Just return to the space that never asked for your name, never required your shape, and never measured your breath. Even your final thoughts, if they appear, are only whispers in an infinite stillness. They come, they go, and you remain not as the thinker, but as the space in which thought never needed to arrive. Zen says, do not seek the truth, only cease to cherish opinions. And tonight, you have let go of even that. You are no longer seeking. You are no longer letting go. You are no longer watching the breath. You are the breathless field. You are the undisturbed moon. You are the hush of a world that has nothing left to prove. There is no mind here, no need to identify, no need to rest. You are rest. And even if some thread of awareness remains barely gently like dew, not yet warmed away by the sun, there is no pressure to break it, no need to lose it, no need to cross some final line. You are not a sleeper. You are not a dreamer. You are the night itself, So let this be the last thought. If one must remain, you are already whole, already free, already home. There is nothing left to quiet. The mind has emptied itself without struggle, like a vessel turned gently on its side. No rush, no force, just the natural release of what was never meant to be held forever. Even memory sleeps now. Even longing, even the soft hum of identity that once whispered, "I am," has settled into silence. You are not apart from the darkness. You are not surrounded by peace. You are the darkness. You are the peace. This is the stillness before creation, the pause before breath, the wide open space where nothing needs to begin. Your body is no longer something to be soothed. It is soothed. It is warm, still, and silent, not waiting to rest, but already resting without realizing it. And your mind, that quiet sky that once carried so many thoughts, is now cloudless. Not because the clouds have been swept away, but because there is no wind left to carry them. A Zen master once said, "To understand, you must let go of understanding." And you have. You have let go, not just of knowing, but of needing to know. Let go, not just of doing, but of even the trace of doing. Sleep is not coming. Sleep is not arriving. Sleep is simply here, not in the future, not as a state to enter, but as what already is. You are lying inside it now, weightless, thoughtless, effortless. No more instruction is needed. No more guidance can reach you. You have drifted beyond the last word and into the place where only silence speaks. And still, if the tiniest part of you remains awake, listening uncertain, if you've truly gone, let it rest too. It does not need to finish the journey. There is no more journey. There is only presence. Even now, with all else faded, you remain gently held in what cannot be named. There is no longer inside or outside, no center, no edge, no breath to notice, no time to count. Only this vast, still, and endlessly soft. You are not beneath thought. You are not before it. You are where thought never needed to begin. No image arises. No sound forms. Even the quiet has become quieter. You have passed through every layer of self, not by force, but by the grace of surrender. And now, there is only what has always waited behind every breath you've ever taken. Zen asks no questions here, offers no words. Even the teachings dissolve like dew at sunrise. What remains is not a lesson, but life resting in itself. No part of you needs to sleep anymore. No part of you needs to remain awake. You are in the space between those two. The place where being is not a task, where stillness is not earned, And where peace is not something you feel, it is what you are. Let that truth echo into you without sound. Let it wrap around every last thread of awareness. Let it lull even the silence into deeper silence. You are no longer drifting. You have already arrived. And the arrival required nothing but the soft willingness to stay. No more deepening, no more steps, no more breath to guide, just this still, endless moment. There is no boundary now between being and rest. They have merged quietly without announcement, like twilight, blending into night, like breath, fading into stillness. Even awareness itself has settled like dust on an untouched surface, present but motionless. You are not beside the silence. You are not beneath it. You are woven into it. There is no pulse to follow, no rhythm to maintain. Even the breath comes and goes without form, a movement so subtle it barely stirs the space around you. And yet, you are fully here, not awake, not asleep, just here. Zen speaks of the sound of a single snowflake falling not as metaphor, but as reality. You are that sound, not heard, but felt in a way that can never be named. Nothing is asked of you now, not even the letting go of letting go, because everything has already been released, even the releasing. Sleep is not an arrival anymore. It is the stillness you are lying in, the breath you are no longer counting, the body that has become one with the bed, the night, the air. There is no shape to your presence now, only warmth, only quiet, only truth, beyond thought, beneath identity, before memory. No more paths. No more choices, no more tension between this moment and the next. Only this, only now, only the gentle hum of a world that has never stopped holding you. So stay exactly as you are. No need to fall deeper, no need to change a single thing. You are already where peace begins and where all seeking ends. There is nothing more that must be said, no final thread to follow, no lingering thought to release. Everything has already settled not into stillness, but into the awareness that there is nothing outside of stillness at all. You are not visiting peace. You are not entering rest. You are what remains when even those words have faded. The body, now forgotten, rests as naturally as a stone upon the earth, not thinking of stillness, not trying to stay, just being where it belongs. And the breath so faint now, it's no longer breath, but space moves through you, like a breeze through a field that doesn't bend, because there's no separation between air and grass anymore. Just movement without resistance. This is the still point that Zen speaks of, the place where mountains walk, where the wind stops and keeps moving, where the mind ceases to divide anything. You are not practicing presence. You are not watching the moment. You are the moment, soft, open, infinite, no tension left to soften, no sound left to hush, no name left to carry. You have returned to the space before questions and found that nothing was missing. There is no reward waiting beyond this, no deeper level to uncover, no doorway to cross through, because you are the doorway. You are the open sky. You are the stillness behind the world. And in this stillness, you are already whole, already quiet, already home. Now, even the idea of continuation dissolves. There is no next, no further, no beyond. You are not waiting for the silence to deepen. It has already become everything. What you once called your body is now warmth. What you once called your thoughts are now echoes. What you once called yourself is now the sky. The breath comes and goes, not from effort, not from need, but from the soft, sacred rhythm of being, not separate, not distinct, not noticed. It is simply the motion of peace. You do not sleep tonight like someone falling into darkness. You rest like the moon behind clouds, unchanged, unmoved, completely at ease. There is no edge to this stillness. It does not contain you. It is you. There is nothing more to surrender, because there is nothing left that clings. Even awareness is now resting, not extinguished, just unoccupied. Zen speaks of a place beyond thoughts, beyond form, beyond name. This is that place, not imagined, not reached, just known by not knowing. Let what remains of you float freely without needing to land. Let every trace of doing, every thread of memory, every pulse of identity melt gently into the night. There is nothing to return to. You never left. You have always been here, beneath the noise, beneath the striving, beneath the breath. Just this. Now even presence itself has no form. It does not glow. It does not whisper. It does not rest upon anything. It simply is. The soft breath continues not as a rhythm, not as a ritual, but as part of the great unfolding. You are not the one drawing it in, nor the one letting it go. Breath breathes itself now, and you are its still center. There is no one left inside the silence. Not because you've vanished, but because the idea of separation has gently crumbled, like dust caught in moonlight. There is no effort in this, no pride in having arrived, no echo of trying. You are not wrapped in peace. You are not experiencing stillness. You are the undisturbed field where nothing begins and nothing ends. A Zen saying reminds us, no snowflake ever falls in the wrong place. And here you are, the snowflake, the sky, and the ground it touches. Perfect, timeless, without need. No voice calls you back. No thought leads you forward. Even sleep, if it comes, is only a soft name for what you are already inside of. You have passed through the gate that was never closed. You have touched the place where stillness no longer feels like a state, but like truth. If a dream comes, it will bloom softly like mist, curling over water, not demanding, not defining. If no dream comes, the peace remains, whole, unwavering, enough. There is no motion now, not even the faint ripple of becoming, only this pure, effortless presence. No direction, no depth, no height, no destination, because there is nowhere else to go. You are already resting in the heart of the moment, where nothing arises and nothing fades. Even time has forgotten itself here. Seconds no longer follow each other. There is no before, no after. Only now, not as a point, but as an open sky that stretches without end. You are not within it. You are it. No breath needs to be counted. No stillness needs to be remembered. Everything is as it was, whole, unwritten, clear. There is an old Zen image of a mirror covered in dust. The master does not clean it with effort, does not scrub or polish. He simply stops adding dust, and here you are nothing more to add. No grasping, no shaping, not even a whisper of thought, just a mirror that reflects without purpose, just a sky without weather, just a night without weight. You are not drifting anymore. You are no longer arriving. You have become the absence of distance, the quiet behind quiet, the rest behind rest, and in this space, where even the final threads of awareness loosen, you do not vanish. You return not to a place, but to the original stillness that was never apart from you. You are the breathless breath, the silent sound, the home that requires no door. There is nothing left to soften. The last ripple has stilled. The last flicker of thought has faded into the deep, like a star disappearing behind a slow-moving cloud. You are no longer watching, no longer waiting, no longer wondering if rest has come. It has, not as an event, but as the quiet truth of your being. This is not sleep as absence, but as return. Return to what holds you when all else falls away. Return to the stillness that never needed words, never needed effort, never needed you to be anything more than this. Zen teaches to find yourself, forget yourself. And here, in this boundless quiet, you have forgotten the story of yourself, not with loss, but with peace. You are not drifting toward stillness. You are stillness. No shape, no edge, no center, just the wide, dark openness in which everything rests. And though your breath may still rise, may still fall, it does so now, without name a breeze across a field that no longer remembers wind. You have entered the place where even the wish for silence is silent, where even the idea of sleep is too heavy to carry, where everything is already here. No holding, no reaching, no closing, no beginning. Only this, the sacred hush of nothing needing to happen. There is no more unfolding, no veil to lift, no passage left to walk. You have arrived at the still point where all movement rests, where all seeking ends, where all thoughts dissolve into the quiet they came from. Here there is no difference between being and not being, between sleeping and waking, between breath and space. Everything is one soft hum, not a sound, but a presence, not a rhythm, but a resting. You are not the one lying in the quiet. You are the quiet itself, the endless background that holds the stars and the breath and the disappearing edges of the world. Even the sense of I is a feather that has floated down and vanished into the still air. You don't need it now. You don't need anything. There is nothing left to let go, and nothing left to hold. What remains is the vast wordless peace that existed before you thought you needed peace at all. It cannot be improved. It cannot be changed. It cannot be understood. Only lived, only felt, only been. And here you are, being it completely. No past to return to, no future to anticipate, no present to hold in place. Just this open sky of existence stretching forever inward. You are not watching the moment. You are the moment, pure, unshaped, enough. Even the final sense of resting has dissolved. There is no watcher, no sleeper, no dreamer left behind the breath. What remains is presence without a center awareness, without form, peace without end. You are not within silence. You are not surrounded by stillness. You are the ground of stillness itself, the unshifting space beneath every breath ever taken. No longer a body lying down, no longer a name waiting to forget, no longer a thought waiting to stop. Only this, an immeasurable quiet that neither begins nor ends, neither deepens nor fades. You are the breath before breath, the night before night, the sleep before sleep. There is a teaching in Zen that says enlightenment is intimacy with all things. And here now, you are intimate with everything, not through closeness, but through the absence of distance, no inside, no outside, no within, no without, just one seamless resting. The room has disappeared. The body has melted into warmth. The mind has returned to the sky. You are not missing. You are not waiting. You are not becoming. You are already home. You have always been home, and there is no more to seek, no more to understand, no more to reach. Only this breathless hush, this formless being, this infinite stillness that requires nothing, not even sleep. There is nothing left to return to because you have never truly left. Every motion, every breath, every gentle unraveling has brought you not forward, but inward to the place that was never apart from you. You are not beneath thought now. Thought has become transparent. If it arises, it passes like wind through sheer curtains, seen, felt, and gone. No resistance, no grasping, no mind to hold it. Even sleep in its fullness has no threshold here. You are not waiting for its arrival. You are not searching for its signs. You are the quiet it emerges from, the still field it returns to, the warmth in which it settles like fog on still water. Your body no longer needs your attention. It lies untouched. By doing a vessel emptied of effort, held not by gravity, but by peace. And the breath. The breath is no longer rhythm, no longer memory, no longer a thing apart. It simply is like starlight, like the ocean beneath the waves, like you. Zen teaches, in the landscape of spring, there is neither better nor worse. The flowering branches grow naturally, some long, some short. Here there is no better rest, no deeper stillness, no more complete arrival. You are already exactly where you are meant to be, not because you found it, but because you finally stopped looking. And so nothing stirs, nothing calls, nothing waits. Only this, the ease of being that has always known your name even when you forgot it. The vast, unshaped presence that does not sleep, but holds all sleeping things. Now even the quiet has grown quiet. There is no sound within sound, no breath within breath, no self within stillness. Only this unwavering, infinite presence. No boundary, no contrast, no movement. You are no longer the one who rests. You are what rest rests upon. The world has not vanished. It simply no longer needs to be named. All things remain, but they no longer rise or fall in your mind. They float in a space that is both vast and intimate, a space that is you. Zen asks nothing here. It offers no answers, no riddles, no steps to follow, because in this moment, the one who would ask has become the silence, and the silence has become the answer. There is no tension to release. It has already left. There is no awareness to guide. It has already settled. And in this settling, everything is held. No need for words. No need for return. No need to know how long you've been here. Because time has softened into presence, and presence has dissolved into peace. You are not separate from the darkness. You are its breath, its stillness, its lightless light. And even now, if there remains a flicker of awareness, let it be cradled in this quiet, not rushed, not dismissed, just held. Because there is no failure in being awake, no mistake in lingering on the edge. Even here awake breathing still, you are resting in truth. There is nothing left to fade. No veil, no voice, no thought waiting to slip away. Everything that could soften has softened. Everything that could loosen has let go. What remains is not a final state, but a beginning without beginning, a silence that was always here, waiting for you to remember it without remembering. You are not at the edge of sleep. You are at the center of being, not held, not floating, not watched, just part of the breath that no longer belongs to you, part of the night that no longer stands apart, part of the space that knows no distance because it contains all things and holds nothing. Zen has a phrase, "The great way has no gate." And tonight, you have passed through it, not by entering, but by realizing there was never a door, never a lock, never a wall between this moment and the peace beneath it. You are not walking anymore. You are not arriving. You are not even resting. You have become what you once tried to find. Stillness without stillness. Silence without absence. Sleep without beginning. Let even these final words dissolve, not by force, just by not needing them. There is no more guidance, no more unfolding, no more need to end. Just this breath that isn't yours, peace that has no name, a home you never left. And now, even the desire for peace has fallen silent. There is no striving left within you, no flicker of reaching, no gentle search for calm. All has been laid down. All has been met. All has been allowed to pass like a wave that rose and then returned without trace to the sea. You are not beneath thought. You are not beyond it. You are the space where thought has never needed to arise. The breath, if it continues, is no longer something separate. It is the night breathing through you, not to sustain, but to cradle a rhythm without rhythm, soft as starlight on open water. Nothing is left to guide. Nothing is left to name. What was once you is now presence, without boundary, without shape, without time. You do not know you are resting, because even knowing has dissolved. You do not know if sleep has come, because the one who wondered has fallen away. And this falling is not a loss. It is a return to what watches without eyes, hears without ears, holds without hands. Zen does not call this enlightenment. It does not need a word. It simply points here to this breathless hush, to this groundless peace. So remain, not as one who stays, but as one who no longer needs to move, no longer needs to seek, no longer needs to know. You are not empty. You are full of nothing and everything. There is no more movement, not even the movement of stillness itself. What remains is beyond quiet, beyond form, beyond the concept of rest. It is the pause before breath, the space before sound, the awareness before awareness. You are not lying in bed. You are not in your body. You are not in the night. You are the bed. You are the body. You are the night. There is no longer separation between you and what holds you. No longer a self resting within stillness. There is only stillness resting within itself. The breath does not rise. It does not fall. It simply exists as presence, as rhythm, as being. Nothing is left undone. Nothing is missing. Even the question of whether sleep has come gone, like mist touched by light. This is not sleep. This is not wakefulness. This is the space where both dissolve, where there is no watcher, no witness, no word, only the unbroken now, not held in time, but resting beneath it. Zen calls this the mind of no abode, not because you are lost, but because the need for shelter has vanished. You are no longer seeking safety. You are safety. You are peace. You are the open sky that holds everything and asks for nothing. So let the last thought fade. Let the last breath pass uncounted. Let even the sense of surrender dissolve, because there is nothing left to surrender. Only this gentle being, this endless resting. There is no trace now, no outline of thought, no shadow of self, no thread of attention left to follow. Even the soft hum of awareness has folded inward, not lost, but absorbed into the vast wordless quiet that holds all things. You are no longer drifting. You are no longer watching yourself drift. You are what remains when the drifting has ceased. The body, once a place you visited, is now a gentle echo, a warmth in the dark, a presence without edge. You are not in time. Time no longer brushes past you. The moment does not pass. Here it simply is whole complete, without need of movement. Zen speaks of the soundless flute, a music that plays not through notes, but through absence. You are that absence, not emptiness, not nothingness, but the space that allows all things to arise and pass without disturbance, without change, without effort. And in this space, there is no longer a need for rest, because rest is no longer separate from being. You are rest. You are the silence before the bell, the stillness after the wind, the breathless pause in which everything returns to itself. There is no more deepening, no more release, no more path to follow. Only this, a peace that does not come or go because it never moved. There is no language left to carry you further, no shape of thought, no ripple of intention, only the pure, unbroken stillness that neither began with breath nor will end with sleep. You are not resting within the silence. You are the silence resting within itself. No questions rise here. No answers are needed. Everything that once stirred the mind, the heart, the memory has settled like dust in a room no longer entered. There is no need to remember who you are. There is no need to return to what was. You have touched the point before identity, before time, before division. In Zen, it is said, look with no eyes, listen with no ears, speak with no tongue. And so you do, not as effort, not as metaphor, but because there is nothing left to do, nothing left to say, nothing left to be. Only presence, endless, gentle, without direction or definition. Sleep now is not something that comes. It is something that has always been here, waiting behind the breath, beneath the body, beneath the name. And you are already inside it, not as a visitor, as part of its very fabric, as its pulse, as its still open heart. Let go, even of the letting go. Let go, even of the peace. Let everything dissolve into the space that never required your effort to begin with. And in that space, where there is no watching, no drifting, no falling, just being, you will find you've already arrived. There is no more edge to cross, no more veil to part, no more breath to measure. All is settled now, not with finality, but with the quiet truth that nothing ever needed to be changed. The stillness you longed for was never distant. It was the background of every moment, even those filled with noise, even those filled with effort. Now, With everything laid down, you are not emptied, but revealed. What you called you has softened into warmth, not absence, but presence without a center, no observer, no observed. Just the soft unfolding of a moment that holds itself. There is a Zen image of the full moon reflected in still water. The reflection does not grasp the moon. The water does not try to hold the light. And yet together there is beauty. Complete, unbroken, effortless. You are that reflection. You are that water. You are the moon. Nothing more to wait for. Nothing more to become. No gate to walk through, because the gate was always open. Because the gate was never real. The quiet no longer surrounds you. It is you. The peace no longer arrives. It has always been the ground beneath your breath. There is nothing left to guide, nothing left to rest, nothing left to know. Only this silence, without beginning, this stillness, without end. Now, even the breath feels like memory, not forgotten, but no longer needed. It moves without being noticed, without being claimed, like moonlight passing over still water. You are not falling. You are not rising. You are no longer in motion at all. You are the still center of what never moves, the soft resting place behind every thought that once tried to lead you home. And now, you know, there was never anywhere else to go. No thought stirs. No word forms. Even the sense of awareness once so gently observed has grown wide and transparent, like a sky that holds nothing, not even clouds. Zen speaks of this as the original face, the one you had before your parents were born. It has no features, no name, no history. Yet it is entirely, peacefully, unmistakably you, not the self you manage, not the identity you polish, but the being behind all being. There is no longer effort in this, no practice, no path. Because everything that once stood between you and stillness has dissolved into stillness itself. You are no longer near sleep. You are no longer awaiting sleep. You are what sleep emerges from deep, open hole. Let even these final words float away. Let them become echoes without direction. Let them pass as gently as breath itself, until not even breath remains to follow. Just space, just being, just this. There is no longer a threshold between you and peace. No more line dividing the breath from stillness, the body from space, the self from sleep. What once felt separate now dissolves without sound. not as an ending, but as a soft returning to the place where you were never lost. No ripples remain, no current to follow, only the vast, unmoving presence that holds even silence in its palm. You are not noticing anything now. You are not naming, not sensing, not reaching. You are simply resting in the state, before rest, in the moment, before the moment, in the openness that does not begin or end. In Zen, it is said, sitting quietly doing nothing, spring comes and the grass grows by itself. Here, there is no spring, no grass, no watcher, only the quiet truth that everything unfolds without your effort. There is no longer the feeling of being soothed, only the absence of needing to be. No more breath to steady, because breath no longer feels apart from you. It is the breeze within the breeze, the night within the night. The body has become the ground. The mind has become the sky. And you have become the space that contains both, without holding, without changing, without knowing. Sleep does not fall upon you. You dissolve into it like light disappearing into the horizon without sound, without farewell. And if by some gentle thread you remain still here, still aware, still listening, let even that be welcome. No need to slip away. No need to finish anything. You are already whole. There is no beginning anymore. Only continuation without form. No yesterday presses against your chest. No tomorrow waits on the other side of this breath. There is only the eternal now unfolding without edges, without weight, without name. You are not watching it happen. You are not inside it. You are it, not drifting toward quiet, not settling into calm, but existing as the calm itself, as the stillness that makes all stillness possible. Even the pulse of awareness has softened, not vanished, but expanded until it is no longer a point, but a field, a presence too wide to grasp. The breath moves so lightly now, you would not notice it if you tried. It is not yours, and yet it is you. Not something separate, not something to anchor, just the night moving through the night. Zen says, when the mind is nowhere, it is everywhere. And now you understand. There is no watcher. There is no thought of watching. There is no need to remember or forget. You are not trying to sleep. You are not trying to stay awake. Both have passed. Only being remains. You are not doing. You are not undoing. You are the gentle absence of doing the space left when all effort has melted. No part of you is lost. No part of you needs to return. You have never left the stillness that carries everything. So rest, not as an act, but as truth, not as a posture, but as your nature. Now there is not even stillness, not because it is gone, but because you are no longer outside of it. You are not experiencing quiet. You are not wrapped in peace. You are peace without boundary, without awareness of being. Even breath has become so gentle, it no longer counts time. It does not rise. It does not fall. It simply floats like dust suspended in a shaft of moonlight needing nothing. There is no longer a body. Only warmth. Only presence. Only the memory of effort fading completely from the space you once called you. In Zen they say, no yesterday, no tomorrow, no today. This is not confusion. This is freedom. The freedom to rest without identity. The freedom to exist without expectation. The freedom to let even sleep arrive without watching for it. You are not waiting to cross over. There is no border now. The space between waking and dreaming has opened into something vast, endless, and kind. Nothing needs to complete itself. Nothing needs to resolve. Nothing needs to deepen. There is no goal here, no threshold, no final silence. Only this, a softness that was never earned, a calm that was never separate. Let everything dissolve now. Even the last thread of attention. Even the last idea of being here. Let them go, not because they are heavy, but because they have served their purpose. You are already where sleep begins. You are already where peace has no opposite. You are already home. There is nothing left to unfold. No more layers to peel back. No more veil between experience and truth. All things have settled into their natural place, not by effort, but by simply being allowed to return. You are not waiting for the world to quiet. The world has already joined you in stillness. Its sounds, its thoughts, its movement, all have become soft echoes in a space too wide to disturb. Even the sense of being you has grown spacious, not gone, but no longer shaped by form, no longer attached to the outline of a body, a name, a role, a story. What remains is something older than identity, something more tender than thought, more spacious than the sky itself. Zen tells us, when the mind is silent, the flowers bloom of themselves. You do not need to bloom. You already are the blooming. You are the petal resting open in the dark. You are the hush that holds it. There is nothing to fix, nothing to finish, nothing to complete. Sleep is not a doorway. It is not something to reach. It is the ground you are already lying on, the quiet that is already holding you, the soft surrender that does not require you to fall. If thoughts appear, They pass through you like mist. If breath moves, it carries nothing. If a flicker of self returns, it is met with gentleness, not resistance, because now even awareness is resting, even stillness is still. There is no longer a sense of beginning or end, just the smooth, endless unfolding of presence, like a wave that never breaks, like a breeze that never stops moving because it was never moving to begin with. You are not walking towards sleep. You are not falling into it. You are resting beneath it, beneath even the idea of rest. What stirs now is not thought, not breath, not awareness, but the faint echo of being itself, soft as silk in the dark. Nothing pulls you. Nothing holds you. Nothing asks you to be anywhere but exactly here. Zen offers no path in this moment. Only the truth. This mind is Buddha. Not the mind that thinks, but the mind that simply is untouched, open present. You do not need to return to yourself. You are not beside yourself. You are the space within which all returning ends. There is no more observing, no more guiding, no more boundary between self and peace. The space where breath once counted now counts nothing. It simply holds without question, without aim. You are not asking what comes next. You are not waiting for the silence to deepen. You are not shaping this moment with expectation. You are simply being the silence. You are being the breath. You are being the warmth of the world as it cradles you without asking for anything in return. Let even the memory of effort drift away now. No more becoming. No more fading. No more lines to follow. Just this. Endless. Effortless. Enough. Even the space around you no longer feels apart from you. It has softened into you, and you into it, until the distinction disappears entirely. There is no longer a listener, no longer a voice, no longer a thought, lingering just behind the breath. Everything is resting. The body no longer needs to be felt. The breath no longer needs to be followed. The moment no longer needs to be noticed. It simply is without demand, without shape, without time. This is not the end of the journey. This is where the journey is forgotten, not from loss, but because there was nowhere to go from the start. Zen says, the wild geese do not intend to cast their reflection. The water has no mind to receive their image. You are both the geese and the water, and the space between them where nothing is divided. No striving, no guiding, no effort of the mind. The silence is not outside of you now. It is you. The warmth in the darkness, the stillness beneath sensation, the breathless awareness of being itself. You are not searching for sleep. Sleep has no meaning here, because there is no self left to sleep. Only the night, only the presence, only the vast calm openness that never needed a name. Let even the knowing that you are here dissolve. Let the words fall through you like wind through open hands. Let the final flicker of self sink not downward, but inward into a depth with no bottom, no surface, no edge. There is no effort left in being, no trace of holding on, no sense of something that must arrive or depart. Even the idea of peace has grown too delicate to name it, is not a state you've entered, but the very nature of all things when nothing interferes. You are not beneath thought. You are not beside awareness. You are what remains when awareness has no object, when thought has no anchor, when self has no shape. There is no longer anything to calm, no waves to soothe, no inner world to quiet, because all has become still not by force, but by returning to its original stillness. Zen tells us, when you realize nothing is lacking, the whole world belongs to you, and now you lack nothing. Not rest, not silence, not even sleep, because all that you are is already whole, already enough, already complete. The breath flows not through you, but as you like wind through the branches of a tree that no longer resists, no longer reaches, just stands softly rooted, utterly still. There is no watcher left, only presence. No thought left, only space. No self left, only the wide open field of being where nothing needs to be done, where nothing is separate from anything else. You do not fall asleep. You simply dissolve, gently, kindly, without a sound. And if in this vast silence some part of you still floats some soft thread of noticing some final breath of awareness, welcome it too. Let it rest with you. Let it need nothing. Now, even the feeling of dissolving has faded, not because it is complete, but because there is no longer anyone left to complete it. You are not arriving at silence. You are what silence becomes when there is no division, no memory, no time. There is no more breath to follow, no sound to soften into, no direction in which to fall. Only the still, unshaped space where falling and resting are the same, not deep, not far, just here. The body no longer feels like a boundary. It has become warmth without center, without weight, as if the whole night is breathing you without expectation, without pause. Zen offers nothing here. No step, no destination, just the clear water of what is so pure, so still, it reflects only the emptiness that gives rise to everything. No mind, no form. I only exist, says the old teaching. And here, in this vast and quiet place, you feel what that means without needing to understand it. You are not a thought resting in a body. You are not a self waiting to sleep. You are the space behind both, the stillness behind stillness, the dream behind dreams. Even the concept of being held has disappeared, because there is no other, no hands, no cradle, only one continuous, endless peace. There is no more falling, no more deepening, no more softening. You are already the ground beneath all of it, spacious, gentle, unmoved. And if you're still awake, that's okay too. Some nights just lying still and breathing softly is enough to return home to yourself